Uranium stocks are absolutely exploding today. Look at me. I'm wearing a sweater because it's super cold in New York, but no need for that. Uranium stocks are super hot. What are the levels? What's going to happen? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days and weeks. The stock market is taking a breather after the pump Trump. But man, we have a party going on at Club Uranium. And don't tell me you didn't know about this. This is the first main lesson of the major pop that we saw today, where some of the American uranium stocks are up as much as 10%. Looking at you, UEC, I've been telling you for the past month, when we started the correction phase and now the consolidation phase, the uranium trade is not over. Don't sell uranium, don't sell your uranium stocks, be bullish. Weakness is a buying opportunity if we get there. And days like today are the perfect reminder of this. And what we learn from this is when there's a bull market and the fundamental factors are as insanely favorable for a continuation of this bull market as they are in the case of uranium, then you do not sell in weakness. Corrections are normal. These weaknesses are buying opportunities. So this is the URA, this is the Global Uranium Fund. ETF up 3% today. That's a big move for this ETF. But as you can see here on the right, at this moment, this is nothing more than the B wave of an ABC correction. So you see the red wave A that I put right next to the candles, then the green wave B, that's the correction phase. This can go up, this can go sideways, doesn't really matter. Bear flag is probably the expression that more people are familiar with, and that's usually followed by another leg down. Perfect example we saw this summer, right? A wave, bear flag, in this case it went up, C wave, the second wave, and then we found the bottom, right? You see it in uptrends, you see it in downtrends. So at this moment, it's nothing more than a bear flag, which means there could be another leg low coming. Would make sense if we look at the charts. We've talked about it. We got this open gap down here that's still open. We have the support zone that hasn't been touched. Now, in the Sprott, which we're going to talk about in a second, it has triggered, but here it hasn't. So what do we need to look at now? If this strength is faded now, then we can step back and say, okay, this is the bear flag, very likely from the setup right now. I'm waiting for the third leg down, and then I'm buying the weakness. However, if it breaks out above 31.50, like let's go 31.60. If it breaks out around 31.60 and closes about 31.60, even better 31.80, then we have a signal that this might indeed be the start of a new up move. But we're not there yet. So if we're not there yet, we're not anticipating the market. That gets us in trouble all the time. I was talking about it in the last video. Don't anticipate weekly candles or monthly candles when you have 2 trading days or 2 trading weeks, depending on weekly or monthly, left. We are reacting to what we see in the charts. And right now, we see 2 things. We see uranium is still alive. This trade is still cooking. It'll be really interesting. As of this moment, when I'm recording this, I have not seen any news yet. the best case scenario, as crazy as it might sound for you, is that we do not get any news. Because then that would indicate that some big players are positioning themselves for the next leg up in uranium, which would be great news. But again, we can see from the charts, it's a very, very positive development. We have been making higher lows, right, in the past weeks, also positive, showing us again what I've been telling you. There is no downwards pressure on the uranium, it's just a healthy correction. Now, if we fall back tomorrow, if we fade the strength, then we know, okay, we're gonna wait, we're gonna step back, because then the probability that we're gonna get this third leg, the second leg up, this third part, the C wave, that we're gonna get this, at least down into this support zone here with the UA, is highly likely. So let's look at Sprott. Monster move at Sprott physical uranium, just over 6%. That's a big, big move. And you saw, this looks great, right? Went through the first support zone I showed you, touched, kissed the second one, boom, moved right back up. Now this is textbook technical analysis, and we can go through the big players and see how they're doing. It doesn't matter, they're all the same, they're up big, right? Cameco, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we have to talk about it because it's the biggest Western uranium company. UEC with a monster move up 8%. And then if we get down to the smaller ones, Energy Fuels up 5%. And interestingly enough, right, the Aussies are actually down. Boss Energy down big. Paladin Energy down again after it already broke down. They have problems with their minds. And I had a question from a viewer, what do I think about Paladin? And let me touch this. First, I apologize, I don't have the email ready right now, so I don't know the name, but you know who you are. So this is what I see in the chart of Paladin. So we broke through the two support zones. Okay, that's fine, that can happen. But we also broke this uptrend, and this uptrend goes back to 2020. So this is big for me. I do not like that we broke this uptrend. Now, mining problems happen all the time. That's part of the risk of investing in mining stocks, not only explorers, producers as well. Think about Cameco. That was, and Cigar Lake, man, they've had problems for years there. That was a huge story in the last uranium bull market that really caused one of the big spikes in the uranium price, that they had these problems at Cigar Lake. So what we're seeing right now is we broke the uptrend, the long-term uptrend. We have a big support zone down here, as you can see. If you want to buy this stock, you definitely want to wait till it gets into the support zone. Probably based on the past, it will get down to the lower end of the support zone, at least the midpoint, which would be right here around 6 Aussie dollars. And then again, but probably the low end around 540 Aussie dollars, because that is what we touched the last times we were here. Now, would I buy this stock? No, I wouldn't. I don't like that it broke the long-term uptrend. I don't like mining problems, especially with uranium mines, right? That can get really, really tricky. And Cameco had real issues getting Cigar Lake back on track. Now, it was complicated there, that water problems, water broke into the mine, if I remember correctly. But there's no reason for me to buy this stock right now. I'll look at other ones. The signal that I'm seeing that the Aussies are weak, the American uranium companies are strong, clearly indicates that this is specifically for the US market, which I have been telling you now for a long time. That is where the action is at. That's where the party is at, right? The American uranium miners, and let's take Cameco and some of the Canadians, that's fine too. If they're close to production, we'll take it. Those are the ones that will offer the most upside, because I can tell you firsthand from talks with CEO of American uranium companies, they all expect that there will be a premium paid in the market for American uranium, and there already is. Some of the deals that are going through in the past 6 to 12 months, the utility companies are already paying a premium for uranium made in America, which means that's where we're gonna have the biggest chances. So what have we learned from the uranium spike today? Do not panic when the bull market is intact. This goes for uranium. This also goes for gold and silver, for the precious metals. This also goes for crypto when we're gonna have a big crypto correction. Another one, it's gonna come. We know this because it has always happened like this. So don't panic, don't sell, right? Weakness is a buying opportunity if the bull market is intact. It's an American story. American uranium companies are the most interesting companies in the world because they will offer the biggest upside. That's it for today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.